Welcome to the red half of Sheffield back again. It's not match day two, but it's game number two of this early season for Blades. And this week, midweek fixture Wednesday night, Blades go away to Blues. Uh, hoping that a result better than what happened this weekend. And here to preview Birmingham City versus Blades, I have Josh from the Blue Focus podcast. Josh, how are you doing this early afternoon, early morning stateside?
I'm good, thank you, mate. Appreciate you having us on, and obviously look forward to getting into it with you.
Yeah. Well, let's begin. Friday night, the curtain raiser for the championship this weekend. And
Yep.
this season, a 1-1 with Ipswich. Get into it. How do you think you were slighted? Should you have taken all 3 points away from the team that apparently is going to have 280 points, not concede a goal, not lose a game? And
Yeah,
match day one, they did.
yeah. You could spend. I don't know how many hours I've spent on it already. You could spend hours talking about awful EFL decisions. You see so many different people have spoke about the Kyogo goal. 100% should have been a goal. He's just jumped with a defender who, unfortunately, has lost his ways and lost the ball. Great goal, got to say. It was a great goal to see. But yeah, that should have stood. The penalty, it's a rule in football. If your hand's in the air or in a bad position, it hits your hand, it's a penalty. Um, it's just unfortunate. It was a 93rd or 4th minute that went in. But what grinded my gears was seeing the Ipswich players at full time being on TV saying, "Oh, we deserved a point. You didn't deserve anything from the game." Said it to you earlier. 94 minutes it took them to get a shot on target. We're the League One team coming up to the Championship. They're a Premier League team coming down.
Yeah.
It should have been the other way around. We should not have been battering them that much. But it does give us great positivity for the season that if that's our toughest challenge and that's all we've got to face, that's going to be tough. Um, as you said, they think they're going to rule everything. If that's the toughest challenge, then we're going to have a good season.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were robbed of 3 points. But like I said, before the game, I'd have taken a point in that situation. So yeah,
Yeah. Now we can go over the transfer list of the players that Birmingham have come in, and we could talk for hours on end on all the players. Your your thoughts on the club's ambition for this season. Would it be would it be a success if you didn't make the playoffs and you spent another season, or is it not a success if you don't make playoffs or hit automatics this season? Because there's so much surrounding Birmingham.
yeah,
And to be honest with you, when I did our 1 to 24s, I had you finishing 11th. I think it's good for a team that come up. Yes, the talent that you have brought in through the summer is probably top end of the championship. You're probably going to surprise a lot of people and finish higher. But I said 46 games and dumping all that money in,
yeah.
it might take a little while for the players to gel and get rolling. So you might drop a few games that you shouldn't
Yeah.
at the beginning of the season. So in your eyes, what is success determined for Birmingham this season?
Um, Anything but a relegation scrap because I'm having sick to death of having championship relegation scraps. 13 years before we got relegated, I think we had 8 of them. Um, I think the ambition from the owners is Premier League as quick as possible,
Mhm.
and then rather than getting in championship and getting like right, we're a safe team championship, let's push on. I think their aim is let's just go back to back like Ipswich did. Let's get to the Premier League, and then we'll become a comfortable team of right. We're uh, stable team in the Premiership. Um, as for success this season, I don't think our owners will look at a success if we don't get playoffs.
Right.
Um, Before we started bringing in players, I said anywhere between 8th and 13th, I'd have been
Mhm.
happy with. Um, Realistically, I probably still would be, but with the caliber of players such as Kyogo and Dutch and Damari Gray that we've brought in, and players like that, I think anything in the top 6 is a success.
Mhm.
But again, other teams around us have been bringing in players as well. So I think it's too early to call. Obviously, everyone has their little hat on where they're going. I'm a Birmingham City fan. We're going to win the league. I'd
Mhm.
love it to happen, just to shut some people up. But realistically, I think top six playoffs. That's got to be where our target is now,
Yeah.
and that is the success. I don't want to sound like big headed or anything like that, but I think we've got a team that is top six worthy,
Yeah.
and should be pushing up there. But again, it's sort of like you said, getting the players to gel and the mentality. It took a few games last season, so it might take a few games this year. Our owners have said on Friday as well, we're not finished in the market, so it also depends who else we bring in. Um, but yeah, I think their ambition is positive. They're looking at the best for the club. Um, Obviously, I don't know how many people have watched the documentary, but you can tell from watching that our owners want the best, and Premiership football is what they want. So
Yeah.
they won't stop until
Yeah.
they're there.
And that's a good ambition considering just 2 years ago it was like the sky was falling and there's
Yeah,
no hope for you guys and you know it's nice to see that something like this the ship can be righted in just 2 years time and then now the Premier League is is right there in front of you and you
yeah,
almost want to go in and kick the door down and go back into the league and get Birmingham where they were so much when I started following football they were in the Premier League and then they dropped out and you kind of just never really heard about them.
yeah.
And so that's good to hear that that's the ambition for the club. Um, Now let's turn the page to Wednesday night. How do you think Birmingham City are you guys going to have a lot of rotation? I don't personally think Sheffield United will because the hammering we got on
Yeah,
Saturday. I think we're going to put out a decently strong side. Granted, it's a cup that I don't want to play in. Nobody really wants to play in it. The winner of this cup won't come in until whenever the Premier League clubs come in like October, November, whenever that is. What do you think there's any ambition in Birmingham City pushing on in this cup? Will it be a heavy rotated squad? Your thoughts?
I think our owners want to win everything, and I think they look at 2011. Obviously, we won this cup. The last
Mhm.
time we won anything like major was this trophy. We won it in 2011 with a very underdog kind of squad. Um, I think this season the kind of squad we've got potentially a main 11, which would have been our team for Ipswich, but we've brought in depth. So we've actually got a second squad that could play the same formation, same style, and is probably just as good in a way of we've got a lot of rotation can happen. I can't see us changing 11 players,
Mhm.
but maybe 7 or 8 changes come in. And again, those ones that won't be changed potentially are players like Clara, Neumann, centre halves, maybe Iwata in the middle because he likes to control the game. And then potentially bringing someone like Damari Gray back up to standard of EFL football, and players like that. But I think we could see a potentially complete different squad, or at least 7 or 8 players different on Wednesday against you guys. Um, and I think the aim is to just try and push as far as we can in the cup,
Yeah. Yeah.
and do the best we can. If we get to round 3 and get knocked out by a Man United away at home, our fans are just going to be happy because we've had an away day at Man United.
Yeah.
A
Right.
lot of that's why our fans aren't necessarily fussed about the early stages. It's when you start winning the games and it's right. We could be drawn at Man City, Man United, Liverpool, the big boys that everybody wants,
Mhm.
or even our neighbours across the road that
Yeah.
we shall
Yeah.
not
That's
mention. But
that's a possibility.
fans are always like that. I would hate for that to be a game right now because I feel like they'd win. Um,
Yeah.
but people love it because it's you got a big boys coming to your ground, or you get a really good away day. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just to push on as best as we can, and one game at a time. So we'll see how we get on against you guys, and then straight back into the league on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. So before we get out of here, I'm going to ask you two questions. Give me a score prediction for Wednesday and the league finish full time, end of the season, where does Birmingham City finish?
Score prediction for Wednesday. It's a bit of a tough one because you got absolutely battered against Bristol City yesterday, but I feel like the cup could be a bit of a redemption, so it might be your manager might look at it as we need to go and make a point of this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say 2-1 Blues. I think it'll be a close game. I don't think it'll be high scoring, maybe a 1-0, 2-1. I'll go 2-1 Blues. And then as for the end of the season, realistic position, I'd say 4th or 5th.
Okay.
Where I see us finishing.
Okay.
I can't see us getting automatics. I think Ipswich, once they get the team going, are strong. And I think Southampton, they showed it yesterday with Will Still coming in. They're going to be a hard team. They're going to fight to the end.
Yeah, for sure.
My actual early predictions were you guys to finish 3rd. I still think you guys might finish 3rd. Everyone has a bad start every now and then. And then potentially us in 4th is where I'd go.
Yeah. So we could possibly play you once in the cup, twice in the league. So that's 3 times. We'll definitely get drawn against each other in the FA Cup. And then we'll play a 2-legged semifinal. So that'll be 6 times that we could possibly season. Jesus. That's no offense to you. No offense to Birmingham City or you or anything. You're a nice guy. But I got sick of doing previews of Bristol City because we played them 4 times last year.
Yeah.
We played them twice in the league and then a 2-legged semifinal. I'd like to just have a
bit of a difference, yeah.
Yeah, just a bit, not get that stagnant because you can only talk to so much about something. Yeah. But before we get out of here, Josh, tell the people where they can find the podcast.
So you can find our podcasts. We are YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Blues Focus. We do a weekly podcast on a Sunday, and we do an unplugged session, which is starting up on every Wednesday. So our unplugged sessions are for all fans, not just Blues fans. So join us live on a Wednesday night at 7:30. Come and join in the comments, get involved, and we talk all things football. So we might even have a talk about Sheffield United getting beat 4-1. But
cool deal.
We'll have conversations there, all at Blues Focus, and we look forward to seeing you all there, guys.
Yeah, I might jump in on that one.
For
sure.
Jump in and put your comments in. We're working out our sessions for this week, but we might have a look into ownerships of football. I know me and you just had a good conversation about it off camera, but if anybody wants to join on the Unplugged as well, we're more happy to bring on guests. So just let us know, and we can bring you on if you want to come and have a talk with us. The boys are friendly enough. We'll have a chat, and we go from there. So
for sure. If you guys haven't done so, Red F Sheffield everywhere you get your podcast. I'll be back to do another one to preview Swansea here shortly. So until that one, I will leave you with Up the Blades.